So, today we're going to be learning the revolve feature. If you look at the part drawing that I have open, this is kind of a complex part. You can't create it just by extruding it off of one plane. You're going to need to draw a profile and then revolve that around an axis to be able to make this design. Let's open a part and see how this works. First, select your plane. Let's work on the right plane. Starting from the origin, we're going to draw this out, make sure it's horizontal with a little yellow square. Double click to stop drawing lines. I can draw a line and then it wants another one, so go ahead and double click to exit out that sketch. It's another nifty feature and shortcut. Dimension this 23 inches. There we go, that's the full length of our nose cone. Now if you look at this drawing, you'll see there's a radius. It's a very, very, very large radius. 101 inches. Instead of just drawing the curve right off the bat, let's get some groundwork set up. Starting over here on the other side of the origin, go ahead and draw the back plane. Now the important thing to realize with a revolve is that if you're making a diameter, you don't want a dimension for the full diameter. You just want to dimension the radius, which if you remember basic geometry is half the diameter. So this is our base diameter right here. That'll form a 4-inch tube, just like all of our other parts. And there's a straight section that is 3 inches long. Now that we have all our straight pieces, let's work on our curve. Maybe zoom out a little bit here. We'll select this center point curve, and let's just put the center someone random here. Want to make that there, and that there. Now let's try and drag this over so it's coincident with that line. Now this doesn't look like our profile, so we're going to select the curve, go down to the radius box, and enter in what we need, which is 101 inches. In order to constrain this, select our line, and this side line, go ahead and say tangent. And now the sketch is fully defined. It's all black. See what we can do to revolve this. Go ahead and exit out of the sketch, go to the Features tab, and right next to Extrude is Revolved Boss or Base. Select the sketch profile, and it brings up the pattern. Or select contours here, and our axis of revolution. In this case, we're lucky. We can use this central line of the sketch. We won't always be lucky in this case. Go ahead and select it, and you'll see the preview is going to revolve that sketch geometry around this back line to create a revolution extrusion. Yes, there we have it. We have a revolved, solid nose shape. This shape is actually called an ogive. If we look at the sketch, it's formed, this arc here is part of a circle. It's a radius arc starting at 101 inches, going from that point to the tip of our cone here. Little nose cone geometry that's called an ogive shape. Now we have a solid cone, but our drawing is calling for a hollow cone with a wall thickness of 0.125 inches. There is a very easy tool to do this. Over here in the further features, it's something called shell. It's asking me to select a face, so I'm going to select the back face. And this back face, when the feature works, it will hollow out the entire section but leave the selected face open. Let's set our thickness at 0.125 like we're asked. See if a preview will work. Preview doesn't really show us much, so let's just go ahead and click yes, and it works. our nose cone has been fully shelled out. So that's the revolve feature and the shell feature. They're two quick, easy features. This is a simple-ish part, but you can do these for a lot more complex and complicated parts, and you're going to get some practice with them in the worksheets. Go ahead and save your work and keep practicing.